Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Scattered severe thunderstorms with damaging winds and large hail are possible over parts of the northern and central high plains. Elsewhere, dangerous heat will build once again this week from the southern tier of the U.S. into the central plains. Many heat indexes will be well over 100 degrees in several areas. Closer to home, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, scattered and numerous storms at times, as monsoonal flows will continue for the next few days. Lightning, brief downpours, and gusty winds can be expected. Localized flooding is possible. Storm rates likely be between a half to a full inch an hour. Thursday through the weekend, we're going to see well above normal temperatures return through the weekend. Heat advisories may need to be issued for lowland areas. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The city of Alamogordo will hold a public meeting today at 5 p.m. at the Sergeant Willie Estrada Memorial Civic Center, that's 800 East 1st. The purpose of this public meeting is to discuss projects and hear public comments to assist in planning priorities for the city's 2025 through 29 Infrastructure Capital Improvement Project Plan. The public is invited to make comments and suggestions during the public meeting. In New Mexico, just under 2 million people, or 95% of the state, has received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccination. Overall, around 1.6 million, or 76% of New Mexico's population, are considered fully vaccinated. As we enter the school year, remember the required vaccines are for hepatitis A and B, measles, mumps, rubella, polio, tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis, hemophilus, influenza type B, pneumococcal, meningococcal, and varicella. For more information about getting your child immunizations they need, please check with the Otero County Health Office at 1207 East 8th. Every Thursday morning, now through August 31st, from 9:30 until 11 a.m. Wednesday, August 2nd, that's Wednesday, from 9 until 11 a.m. and 2 to 4 p.m. Free backpacks with school supplies will be provided by Western Sky Community Care. Tularosa Schools invites all to meet the teachers, get help with registration, grab a school supply list, get help with immunization questions, and more. That's happening this Thursday at the Tularosa Playground from 4 until 6 p.m. Contact the school for more information. Well, today is Monday. Let's check in with Sunny from Animal Village NM.
Hi, this is Animal Village NM, and my name is Sunny Harris. This is this week's Pup Date. And I just want you all to understand how it feels with an example that came in today for rescuers, people who work day and night to raise money for low-cost spay-neuters to help low-income pet guardians get their pets spayed and neutered so that they don't have more unwanted litters to have to be destroyed at the pound, to have to grow up without homes, to have to grow up in homes where they're not committed to grow up in homes that are not quality homes, to run the street. We work on this day and night trying to get support to do as many low-cost spay-neuters as we possibly can for Otero and Lincoln County. And yet, in 2023, after we've been doing this since 2007 with our PAW program, we still get these emails, these voicemails, these Facebook messages, Instagram, Twitter, every single day. I want to read you this email. Hello, my name is... We don't use people's names because our intent is not to embarrass, but to share information with you. Let me start again. Hello, my name is... And I need to get my 2 dogs spayed and neutered, but my female is pregnant. I think, but not very far, 2 or 3 weeks at the very most. Are you able to give dogs an abortion? I'm a single mother and not financially stable in any way to be able to care for a litter of puppies. It goes on. Of course she is not able to care for a litter of puppies. Who could keep an additional 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. puppies who then are going to be dogs? She's got a male and a female, and instead of reaching out before they got pregnant, she waited until her female was already pregnant to reach out for help. And the heartbreak here is not that it keeps coming day after day after day, that people still behave this irresponsibly. That's not even it. The heartbreak is that at this time, Animal Village NM has had to temporarily stop spay-neuter registrations because we don't have enough donors to cover the cost. So this dog is going to bring another litter into Otero County, where there are already far too many animals, in the state, New Mexico, that has the highest rate of abandoned pets, meaning the fewest committed homes in America, because she didn't ask for help. We advertise thanks to the help of KALH and other radio stations every day. As much as we would love to help this woman's dog who's pregnant, we can't. But it's up to you. We can start again registering for spay-neuter with your help. Donate now. AnimalVillageNM.org.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Sunland Park Fire Department announced that another body was recovered from Mount Cristo Rey. Fire officials say the body was found in rough terrain and collaborated with the Sunland Park Police Department to help bring the body down from the side of the mountain. The recovery was deemed a successful operation. Several departments, including Dexter Fire and Rescue, responded to a train versus semi crash Saturday morning. 2 people were transported to a local hospital with minor injuries. 8 departments assisted in that crash. First responders are reminding drivers to be extra vigilant around train tracks. Dental care is vital to overall health, but finding and affording services is a challenge in many states, including the Land of Enchantment. Roz Brown reports.
Dental therapists trained in local colleges and working under the supervision of dentists have been shown to fill the gap in oral health needs. That led New Mexico lawmakers to pass legislation in 2019 establishing the profession of dental therapist. But Barbara Weber with Health Access New Mexico says implementation has been slow, and too many rural, tribal, and underserved urban New Mexicans go without care.
We have parents talking about, I will get oral health care for my children, but I can't afford it for myself. And so they'll have all kinds of issues in their mouth that lead to infection and lead to lots of problems.
The results of poor oral health in adults puts them at risk for other complications, including heart disease. Health Access New Mexico says hundreds of thousands of state residents live in areas without enough dentists, and more than a quarter of elementary school children have untreated tooth decay. Frank Catalanato with the National Coalition of Dentists for Health Equity says geography is a big factor in whether folks can access services.
We've got lots of people in rural areas of this country where there are not enough dentists.
Weber says nearly half the population of New Mexico is on Medicaid, which many dentists won't accept. So even when folks know they have gum disease, some don't seek treatment.
We did a poll 2 years ago. 44% of people reported in the last year they did not fill a prescription or they were skipping medications due to cost. And that's twice the national average.
Southeastern and southwestern states have higher levels of periodontal disease, including New Mexico. I'm Roz Brown reporting.
The U.S. Air Force announced plans to move personnel from Cannon Air Force Base in Clovis as it restructures where highly specialized units are housed within the U.S. system of military bases. Cannon will be impacted by what the Air Force calls programmatic basing decisions for its Special Operations Wings. New Mexico's federal representatives were both aware of the possibility that Cannon might lose personnel and working to minimize the impact of such a decision. They oppose any basing decision that would reduce Cannon Air Force Base's total assets or personnel. During the military base realignment and closure process back in 2005, New Mexico political leaders went all out in an effort to save Cannon Air Force Base from what they viewed as a likely closure. The placement of the 27th Special Operations Wing at Cannon was a huge win for the state, as Republicans and Democrats banded together to keep the Air Force from shuttering the facility. Human trafficking is widely known as an international problem, but that crime is also being done in New Mexico. It's a crime that affects the old, the young, males, females, and every single race of human being. The National Human Trafficking Hotline reports 364 different incidents of human trafficking in New Mexico in 2021, and they offer a resource available for people to recognize the signs of human trafficking. National Human Trafficking Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in both English and Spanish. That number is 888-373-7888. Survivors often struggle to get back on their feet, but in time, survivors who seek help tend to heal. That number once again, 888-373-7888. And finally, the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department announced that this year's back-to-school tax holiday will occur between Friday, August 4th through Sunday, August 6th. Weather's coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
The Alamogordo Center of Commerce presents the 3rd annual Tularosa Basin Open Golf Tournament, Saturday, August 26th at Desert Lakes Golf Course, featuring celebrity guest John Carlos. Contact the Center of Commerce today to sponsor our guest speaker, breakfast and lunch, golf handbag, and more. Golfers. Call Desert Lakes at 575-439-0290 to secure your spot in the 4-man scramble best ball tournament. See you on the green.
Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Fair to partly cloudy skies tonight with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 95. Low tonight, 72. High tomorrow, 96 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny with a 60% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Mostly cloudy, becoming mostly clear tonight with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 60% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 72. Low tonight, 54. High tomorrow, 74 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com. And learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.